If you know me, then you know I'm very much looking forward to Lightfall, so today I want to give you all my predictions on what I believe will happen in this next expansion. We're going to cover destinations, enemies, raids, subclasses, story beats, you name it. No spoilers or leaks here though, this is all purely my own speculation.
And Mr. Depp was trying to urinate in the foyer, wasn't he?
No.
So the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to give you an idea or a theory and explain it, and then I'm going to give it a percentage chance of how likely I think it is that we will see the idea or theory happen. Again, there are no leaks or spoilers here, just a place for us to speculate. But without further ado, let's get on into it. Alright, so let me talk story first. Lightfall is bound to have some huge story beats, the first of which I believe is pertaining to the Traveler. There's a very good chance I think we see the Traveler defeated and possibly even the last city destroyed. Honestly, I don't really see a world where we come out of Lightfall and haven't lost at least one of these things. The pyramids have been built up and teased to be a huge threat to us and the Traveler for years now, slowly creeping into our system. Through the various cutscenes, we can also see that there is a whole lot of them, and as it's been said, they fully plan on enacting the second collapse. I'm giving an 85% chance that we lose either the Traveler or the last city, or both in this expansion. Speaking of the collapse, let's talk Savathun. I firmly believe Savathun will be resurrected by her ghost and become an ally to us in Lightfall or the seasons leading up to it. My guess for how this all may play out goes as follows. The pyramids show up and give us a serious ass whooping. Maybe the Traveler falls or is mortally threatened. In response to this, I believe we will go to Imaru, Savathun's ghost, and request he resurrect her, so that we may negotiate an alliance of some sort. Remember, Savathun is on the side of the Traveler, so if its existence is in danger, I'd imagine she'd be on board to aid in the fight against the Black Fleet. Also, remember, Savathun actually cast a spell upon the Witness to prevent the fall of the Traveler during the first collapse, something Ikora Rey is very aware of. I'm giving Savathun's resurrection a 70% chance of happening. The reason I'm going to give this a bit of a lower chance is because Bungie put a good amount of time into creating the Lucient Brood as an enemy type. If we allied with Savathun, then the Lucient Brood would likely not be our enemy anymore, which would leave some strange gameplay voids in the Throne World. If this did happen, maybe Bungie would just increase the amount of scorn in the Throne World, but I digress. Next up, someone will die. I know this is kind of general, so I won't dwell on it, but I don't think Zavala is dying. He's got too much to do with Keitel, and it would seem strange to me if you killed off Ikora. Eris is the moon's only vendor, so I'm gonna say no to that one. Marasav is possible, but I think unlikely. Maybe Bungie kills off Drifter if they end up getting rid of Gambit, who knows. 19% chance anyone dies. Give it till the final shape. Alright, let's get this out of the way. New abilities. I've talked a lot about this recently, so go check out some of my other videos if you want to talk more about subclasses. However, I feel Savathun will teach us how to use hive magic once we ally with her against the darkness. Poison, vapor, entropy, corruption, whatever you want to call it, 95% chance in my opinion. Alright, so what about new destinations? Well, I feel pretty strongly that they should do something, but I don't know that they will. I think Bungie should not introduce a new planet or destination in Lightfall. Destiny has enough locations right now, and I'd rather see Bungie put their time towards something else that we'll discuss shortly. There's always a chance we get a Destiny content vault location back, but honestly, I just don't think we need it. 40% chance we get a new destination. I would rather see the existing planets get some more love. Alright, here's a big one, a new enemy race. This one's tough. I think we would all love a new enemy race. Whether it will actually happen is another story. One of the reasons I think Bungie should not give us a new destination is because I believe those resources would be better spent on developing a new enemy race. Also, with how many alliances we're forming with previous enemies, we're gonna need some new things to shoot soon. I want this to happen so bad, and I think it's more likely than not, although in my opinion it's still kind of a coin toss. 55% chance we see a new enemy race. And also, if we did see a new enemy race at some point over the next two expansions, I think it would be in Lightfall and not in the final shape. I think introducing a new expansion right before this whole saga ends would be kind of weird. Alright, what about a new raid? Obviously, we will get a new raid when Lightfall drops, and I personally hope we get a new raid on Earth, centered around the ongoing second collapse. If I remember correctly, we don't currently have a raid on Earth since the last one, I can't remember the name, was Sunset. I think it'd be awesome if some parts of the raid took place inside of the pyramids and other parts took place on the surface of Earth. You could even have a Sparrow section where there are a bunch of pyramid ships above you blasting the planet Halo Covenant style. Who the boss would be, I don't know, maybe the Witness, but still, that's my bet. Hell, maybe part of the raid could even take place in the Traveler. 60% chance it's on Earth, 14% chance it's anything like I just described. Moving on, King's Fall will return. Yeah, I definitely think so. This is more of a Season 18 prediction, however, with Savathun's line about the Taken King will rise again, paired with the fact that we already know we're getting a revamped Destiny 1 raid this year, yeah, pretty safe bet that it's King's Fall in my opinion, 75% chance. On the other side of that coin, what about SIVA returning? This is also very hard to say. I personally don't think SIVA needs to be in the story right now, however, if the next season is themed around the Warmind, Rasputin, or Iron Banner, then SIVA could absolutely return, and the reprised Destiny 1 raid could be Wrath of the Machine. I personally do not think this is as likely as the Taken King coming back, although it is possible. 18% chance to me that SIVA comes back at all, and if they do come back, then I think a SIVA subclass is also very possible. Still think there's only like a 4% chance of that happening though. Lastly, a new weapon type, sort of like glaives and bows back in Forsaken. Yeah, this isn't happening. We may see some new glaives get introduced over time, but we literally just got glaives. Bungie isn't going to turn around and just drop a new one on us within the span of a year. 3% chance. If you're keeping track, I think it's more likely that we get a SIVA subclass than a new weapon type. You know what, actually one more off the top of my head because I forgot I had a whole video about this. What about a new Rarity? It's tough. I'm gonna say I think there is a 5% chance we get a new Rarity in Lightfall. So just slightly more likely than a SIVA based subclass, but not likely at all. If you want to talk more about that, I have a whole video on a new Rarity at some point in Destiny's future. So those are my current predictions for Lightfall. Obviously these may change over the next year, but I figured it'd be fun to get them out before we even know what Season 17 is. I may make a similar video for the final shape after Lightfall drops, of course, or even prediction videos before every new season. I had a lot of fun with this. Also, we just passed 500 subscribers, which I know it's a humble goal, but it was a goal of mine and I really appreciate it. I absolutely love theorizing and just having fun with Destiny. So if you do, or if you liked this video, you may like some of my other videos like this one where I react to your Darkness subclass comments. Thank you so much for watching, and goodbye.